coffin. Remember how I died when you started walking? That's my life, that's my life. I put up a fight, taking out my earrings. Don't you know the vibe? Don't you know the feeling? You should spend the night, catch me on your ceiling. That's your price, that's your price. I hope everyone liked that intro.
What?
I hope everyone liked that intro. Put that song instead of our theme intro song.
Okay. I'll do that.
That'd be perfect.
I'll make sure to do that.
Okay.
I just saw a TikTok yesterday, and it was like, no hangover, just like them walking out of the hotel. They're like, I'm not hungover. I just went to the ERAS tour last night.
Every time I go to a concert, the next day I feel like I'm hungover.
Yeah, that's what I feel like right now, too. I'm literally like, oh.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to Bookmark'd. If you're confused or haven't kept up with us, not on the podcast. Actually, we did talk about it like briefly, but we did go to the ERAS tour yesterday. Woo woo!
It was... We're a little out of it right now, so the excitement is not seeping through, but you should have seen, specifically even Sarah yesterday, like when Gracie was coming, like everything was chill, and then Gracie came on, and Sarah's like, oh my god, she's coming on.
I get so excited.
It was so cute, though. It was awesome, but...
We are in Indiana. We went to the night 3 of the Indiana show, so today's episode, we're just gonna rehash. Destiny did vlog the experience, so you'll get behind the scenes and thoughts and stuff.
Yeah.
I did not vlog because I had crippling anxiety traveling by myself. I got nervous.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to focus on a vlog.
That's really overwhelming.
I got nervous.
I was already filming a week in my life. It's like going to be a part of a week in my life. It's not like going to be ERAS tour central.
Yeah, but you have enough clips for what we were doing. You have good ones.
Yeah.
So much happened, which we're going to talk about anyway. Yeah. So we'll get into it. We are in Indiana. I was only here it was a short trip. I came to see Destiny and go to the ERAS tour because November is really busy, so we couldn't make it like a longer little trip, but I came yesterday? No, 2 days ago. Before. I came 2 days ago.
It's busy because we both do Bookmas.
Yeah.
So you guys... I announced it in my vlog that has to go up today.
Okay.
So
you guys should know before this comes out.
Well, but if you don't watch the vlogs, like I didn't make it a big thing. I was just talking about it.
That it's coming. Yeah, I don't know if I said anything.
That's what I mean. Like, but I think people will probably like wonder. Maybe you guys will wonder.
Well, now if you wanted to know, what's fun about this Bookmas is I'm doing the first 12 days, and Destiny's going to get you guys the other. Yep. The latter of
and
that
we did
one.
not plan it like that. We were talking about how this is going to be a quick trip because like we're both just so busy with everything this month, because it's not only just like pre-filming everything, it's also trying to keep up with uploads in November, which gets so chaotic.
Yeah, there's like a lot going on.
And so I was like, oh, well, I'm like doing Bookmas like the 12th through the 24th, and Sarah was like, oh, I'm doing it like the 1st through the 12th, and I was like, this works out amazing.
Yeah, I'm so excited because even like while Bookmas is going on, we pre-filmed before, but like even while it's going on, there's still videos like trying to get done for the day, so it's like all through November and half of December. So once I'm finally done doing my Bookmas and all done, I can like sit and watch yours.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
I'm very excited. And I told Sarah it's gonna be my motivation for my Bookmas, is I'm gonna be like, okay, it's every day. We're doing this.
Like she's doing it.
And so I gotta do it. I gotta I told Sarah she's gonna take the backpack off, then I'm gonna put the backpack on.
Really excited.
So that's why it was a quick trip.
Yeah.
Because also this time of year is just like the holidays, it's so chaotic, which I'm just thinking about how last year we hung out late and it was like right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we were filming Bookmas videos together.
Yeah.
When you and Haley came.
We literally came home like the day before Thanksgiving or something. Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy timing. Why did we do that? Like,
I don't know.
That's such like a crazy like timing to hang out.
I don't know.
So much was happening.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I really don't. But
yeah, I flew in on Saturday. I did fly by myself, everyone. That was crazy.
I know. I texted you to make sure. I was like, are you
you did.
flying by yourself? Because I was just thinking about it. And then I was like, wow. I was really surprised.
It's only 2 hours, but like when you're on the flight, it's a little under that. So like that's okay. Like anything over that, I don't think I can do by myself. I'd only panicked once. So that was honestly really good. But we can't talk about it too much because I do have to get on a flight in a couple hours.
Yeah. I'm the same way though. So. Like when I have to go to New Jersey from Texas, it's like
that's a long flight.
It's like almost 4 hours. And when I went by myself, when we went to New York, I was freaking out. Like I started getting so antsy. It was really bad on the way there.
Yeah, usually the way back it's better because like you're going home. Like you're
you're
home.
going home.
But yeah, the flight was fine. Everyone I just remember texting Destiny because I sat down. I was like pretty early, like no one was really around me, and then someone came with their daughter, and then she got on the phone. She was talking about the ERAS tour. It's like, oh, cute. They're going to the tour too. I don't know why I didn't expect so many people to be flying, but everyone on my flight was going to the ERAS tour. There was a girl in a Travis Kelce jersey. There's a few in like the cardigan and like the merch, and they were all trading bracelets. I didn't make my bracelets yet, so I didn't trade with them, but I was watching. They were all talking about it. They were all going, and then I guess the pilot and the attendant and everyone like found out that it was like everyone was going to the ERAS tour. So the pilot was like, I'll get you to Indiana safe, have fun at the ERAS tour. And then before we took off, the attendant plugged in her phone and played a Taylor Swift song. Like it was just like a whole Swiftie plane. Like the dads had Taylor Swift shirts on.
That's so
that
adorable.
Was comforting. It's like everyone's going to Taylor Swift right now.
I literally, because I'm getting a foot cramp. I'm staying in Indiana for longer. Like I'm still going to be here like after Sarah leaves, because I was visiting my family a little bit. But hey, I'm blanking.
When you got on the plane from Texas, you also saw Swifties. No, where you're going with that?
like going to fly. Like usually like to go to Indiana, like nobody's ever really going to Indiana, so I'm not really like stressed to like go get a flight. And in my head, since I just thought like, yeah, I'm going to the show, but I'm going home, I was like, oh, I'll just get a flight. And then I went to like go get the flight a few days before, and there were no direct flights like at all, even like connecting flights. There was like barely any. It was like red eye. And I was like, what is going on? Like, this is really weird. Why is there no direct flights? And then I got the one that was like, got in at midnight. And then I literally was laying in bed the day before I had to leave. And I look at Isaac and I go, oh. Like, it did not occur to me that like people were, like in my head, it was everybody from Indiana were the only people that were going to the ERAS tour. But really?
The whole airport. And when I got to Indiana too, people went to the night before. Everyone that was coming to like their terminals or whatever, they were also in all the merch. Like the whole airport was Taylor Swift. They decorated the airport too. It was crazy. I was walking through. Cardigan was playing. There's like a whole station. You can make bracelets. You can take pictures at a step and repeat. There's like a whole Taylor Swift sign. Like it was like decked out when I walked through the airport.
Well, we only go like this for the Indy 500 and this because that's the only two things.
Yeah, it was cute. We were talking how like when I went last year, like early last year, they like MetLife in Jersey didn't do that, but I think if MetLife was doing it now, they would decorate and like go all out like this.
Well, we were also talking about how like much hype as the ERAS tour has went on, like it's accumulated. Like when it first was announced, obviously it was big because of the concept of like the ERAS tour, and like it brought in like even some of the old fans who maybe were not keeping up with her, brought them back in. But you have to think like as the tour has went on, I feel like it's gotten like little girls and parents and everything like to be like, I want to go to the ERAS tour.
Yeah, so that was all decorated. And then got here, we made friendship bracelets. I was so excited to do that. I didn't have any, but I was so excited to trade them. We made so many bracelets. Like we were like, didn't think we would have enough bracelets, but we had so many. Like we just sat down, Destiny put all of her supplies out. We put on Gilmore Girls and completely locked in for so long. The
first night we were making them, we put on the ERAS tour Indy Night 2 live, and we were making it to that. And then it was funny because me and Sarah were watching, and obviously it's different when you're just like sitting in your room watching it, because we were looking at each other and we were getting tired, and we were like, like she's not even like halfway into this concert yet.
Like sitting in like a bedroom, like you're getting tired. Like at the concert, their adrenaline is so high, like you don't realize it's like 11 p.m. and you've been standing there for like 5 hours.
And so we were watching the night 2 live because mainly we wanted to see what the surprise songs were going to be.
Yeah, before that, we put up our notes app and we wrote down our top 5 songs that we wanted to hear, and then a few others we would like to hear like as surprise songs. And our top 5 had, I don't remember. I know your number 1 obviously was Cowboy Like Me. I had Maroon somewhere on my list. And then Prophecy was also on your list.
Yeah, the Prophecy was number 7 for me. And then Cowboy Like Me was number 1. And then Maroon was on your list. And what's crazy is we had been talking about Maroon literally right before we sat down to make the bracelets.
All of the songs that she ended up singing, we talked about in depth that day. We went to get Raising Cane's, which was amazing. I love Raising Cane's. That was perfect. But on our way there, on our way home, like making bracelets, like we were talking about the songs that she ended up singing.
Which was crazy that we decided to talk about like those songs.
Yeah, like we're talking about how much we love Prophecy, how I loved it when it came out, and then like a few like months later, like Destiny loves Prophecy, and then it switched, like you liked Peter when it came out and I didn't, and it switched and I liked Peter.
Yeah.
We like went in depth with all the songs she ended up singing, so I don't know if we manifested this or she thought we were going.
We were even talking about our surprise song. We even talked about that before it was sung, so that was really weird.
Yeah, that's true.
That was really weird.
Yeah, so we were watching, and I stopped making bracelets because I got tired at like 10, and I started just laying down, and Destiny's still going. And it was surprise song time, and we were like alert, ready to see what was happening.
Yeah.
What was the first one? Was it Maroon?
No, the first one was the guitar, and it was, what did she mix the Prophecy with?
I forget. Oh, This Love.
This Love, and so she started with This Love.
Yeah. So the Prophecy, we were like upset about that one because that's on
I have this
our list.
all on the vlog footage, by the way.
Yeah, you'll see our reactions
all of our
to
reactions.
The surprise songs. So the Prophecy came on, This Love. We were like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, this is a good mashup.
Mashup.
Yeah.
And then the piano. We knew the piano is always like the risk because our favorite songs are like the slower ones.
And they're always going to be a piano song.
So if you don't know, Taylor Swift does the acoustic part of the tour, and that's the surprise song. So she does on the guitar and then on piano. And when the first like part of the ERAS tour, she had a rule where she wasn't repeating songs. So like she went through her discography of what's not on the set list, and if she sang a song, it would not be repeated throughout the whole tour. And then she switched it, I guess, because she like went through all her songs. She wanted to like switch it up.
Well, it was like she went through all the songs, and then that first leg of the original tour stopped, and then
so she started something new,
restarted the new one, and then the rule was like, I'll sing songs multiple times. Like, you don't have to worry, like, I'll sing a song multiple times. Yeah, and then she started
doing mashups. So that's, like, just what she does now. She'll, like, pick two songs for each one. Guitar and piano. So when piano started, we were like, okay, we're nervous because our favorite songs are, like, the piano acoustic. And as soon as I heard, what was it?
It was like...
It was Maroon first.
Yeah, Maroon first. And she starts playing the piano. And you were, like, you're laying down in the clip. And then I'm singing it. And then I go... And I look at you, and I was like, because I was like, oh, it's Maroon. And then as soon as I was going to say it, I was like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's funny because when I went to the ERAS tour last year, I went to the third night also, and my friend went to the night before. I don't know if it was the night before that. There was like 3. So she either went to the first or second, and Taylor played Maroon and Getaway Car, which are some of my favorite songs, and that was when she wasn't repeating them. So I was like, okay. So I lost Maroon then. And I lost it again.
No, and I had texted you, what was that, like just a few days before one of the NOLA shows?
Oh, yeah, it was.
And I was like, oh my God, Sarah, she just played Dress. Because that's like one of Sarah's, like...
Yeah, I didn't put Dress in my top 5 to hear because she just played it, so I knew she wasn't going to, but that would have been in my top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, Sarah, I'm
that was
so
a hard
sorry.
Loss.
Yeah, and then Maroon was playing, and then I was like, oh my God, and then Sarah was like, no, it was so cute. Yeah. You're like, no.
It takes me a few seconds to, like, pick up what song she's playing.
And then I was like and by the way, I'm making my friendship bracelet, and guess what bracelet I'm making? This is me trying.
Yeah.
That was the bracelet I was making when this happened to me.
And then as soon as you heard tennis courts, like, I looked at Destiny, I gasped. I literally gasped.
I was like laughing in disbelief because I feel like there's a few songs that she just like does not play often. Like her 1989 vault tracks, she loves those.
Yeah.
You're on Your Own Kid, she loves that song. Like she'll sing that song a lot for like a mashup or a surprise song. I feel like Cowboy Like Me, Peace, Peter, like all of those types of songs, like those are like rare. Like those are very rare to get. So as soon as like, but I knew because the piano intro to Cowboy Like Me is like very specific. I heard that melody, and then you'll see my face kind of start whatever, and then as soon as she got the word tennis out of her mouth,
yeah,
I literally was like, no. I was like, I could not believe it that it was the night before I was there, and I was like, no freaking way.
Yeah, that was like insane. Like that, I didn't think that she would have sang Cowboy Like Me just in general, because I feel like she just doesn't.
I know, and I was like, but if she sings it, it's gonna be at my show. I literally had this delusional thought.
That was like a crazy mashup of 2 of our favorite songs.
But it was a really good mashup.
So good.
Me and Sarah talked about her mashups that she's been doing lately. It seems like she's taking like a sad song and one of her happier songs, and she's kind of bringing new meaning to the sad song. Yeah, she's
like changing the narrative of like her past songs, because she's like happy now and has the way she puts like the sad songs into a love song. It just sounds really good.
Yeah, I wish that I think you said it. I wish that all the mashups that she did are going to be like released like on an album or something. I would love it.
Yeah, I hope she does something like that, because those mashups are so good. Especially we'll get to our concert, but last night mashups were really good.
I know people were like all posting about them, like they were like
they just sounded like really good together, and her voice too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a really hard. After that,
we straight
vibe
up
was killed.
I literally finished my bracelet in silence, and then
your bracelet broke.
Yes, then I went to clean up everything because I was done. I turned off the TV.
We went to bed.
I went to like pick up the "This Is Me Trying" bracelet, and it shattered everywhere. Like the string broke and all the beads went everywhere, and I was like, "Yeah, that checks out."
We put ourselves to bed after that. We were like,
we turned
we'll try
on
again tomorrow.
Gilmore Girls, and then we didn't speak to each other and went to bed. And then we woke up, and I was still like,
yeah, we had to change them. It was Taylor Swift Day. We woke up the day we've been waiting for. Destiny got these tickets last December. This has been a long time coming. Oh,
it's been a long time coming.
That was good. So the way that we woke up and it was just Taylor Swift Day was crazy. So we had to make the vibes up, get the vibes up.
Yeah, because we woke up and they were a little down. Like, we were obviously very, very excited, but we were still feeling the loss of our major, like, songs.
So we went to a coffee shop.
Which was line out the door, and I told Sarah it's like Bova Conti, but I've like been to this coffee shop so many times, and it's never like packed. I feel like it's like a nice coffee shop that people like to go to, but they were doing like, it was low-key, like they always kind of have those drinks on the menu, but they just like named them after Taylor's version. So
they had like 4 or 5 like Taylor Swift themed ones.
Yeah.
And I think if you go on TikTok, you can like look up like Indiana what they were doing for the
and
Taylor
that was
Swift.
A big one.
Yeah, so there was like a long line like out the door of that. So we went there, we waited there, we got drinks. We actually worked there for a little, and then I told Destiny, well, when I got here, she told me like there's like the whole downtown is decorated for the ERAS store. So I told her like I wanted to see it. You know, we're close. I want to check it out while we're over here because we were close. So Destiny's like, okay, like I'll show you like the Marriott, like the hotel had a big Taylor Swift on it, and there's like the stadium had like the beaded necklace or whatever from the last stadium. So we're driving down the street. We were taking like Destiny said like the side, like the not like the main downtown, like we were like on the side.
Yeah, it was like kind of near Lucas Oil, but it was like on one of the back roads. And then I was driving, and I look first that the road is closed. So before I even see anything, I'm thinking like, oh crap, I need to turn around.
Yeah.
And I go, and how I see what we're about to tell you that we saw is because I was looking at the road, and I go to look at Sarah. And as I'm turning my head to look at Sarah,
there's like a guy just walking down the street. But it's not like a busy street we were on. It was like maybe like 3 people just walking down the street in like ERAS store, because everyone there was in their like merch. And there's just a guy like in a black tracksuit just walking down the street, and Destiny looks at me. I didn't know she's looking like past me through the window, but she looked like past me. She goes, "There's something." What'd you say? It was funny.
Okay. Instead of yelling his name, I said Rezan, because I get tagged so many times that this guy is like, people are like, oh my god, it's like he looks like what I imagine Rezan would look like. You said what?
I turned around, I was so confused,
and I'm like, because I couldn't remember his name, but I knew, and then I knew Sarah would know because then she looked over.
As soon as I look over, it's Taylor Swift's like one of her like #1 backup dancers. Like he dances with her the whole time. It's Jan. If you watch any of the ERAS store, if you've been to any of them, you know Jan. Like you can pick him out.
Cam and Jan.
Yeah. So he's walking down the street, and we see these girls walk past him, and I turn around, and they notice, like they like started freaking out, and then I watched them turn around to go like say hi or whatever. So we end up parking the car. He's on the side of the street. We look over to each other. We're like, we have to do it. We have to do it. So we got out of the car, and we're walking, and he walks past us. I got nervous. I got cold feet. Like, what do you say? What do you say to someone?
Sarah had the duty of talking to him.
Yeah, I knew I had to say it.
And by the way, we're like, okay, we came to the decision, we're going to say something to him.
Yeah.
I had my head down the whole entire time. Sarah's not seeing me, but as I even walked past him, I kept my head down whole entire time. Didn't even look up from the ground.
I just got nervous walking past him because I just don't want to like, I don't know, interrupt him. But that was like, those girls said hi, we're passing him. Like,
and we really didn't want much of his time.
I just wanted to acknowledge.
Yeah.
Whatever. So we walked past, and I looked at Des. I was like, no, like we have to do it. So we turned around, and I stopped him. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like we just passed you, but like you're not like your Jan. What did I say? I was like,
you said, are you one of Taylor's background dancers?
Yeah. And then he was like, yeah. And then we were like, you're like our favorite or whatever. I was like, we can get a picture.
So we got a pic.
He was like, yeah. We took a selfie. And we said like have fun tonight or something like that. And then that was it. Because he's like on a walk. I don't know where he was going, but I think he was trying to avoid the downtown. Because it's very popular. It's just all Swifties. So
literally like 2 streets. If he would have went 2 streets over, I feel like whatever he was doing was smart, because if he would have walked like the other direction that he was walking, that's where like all of everybody was downtown. And like if you watch like the lives and you're in it, like you know, like he sticks out like a sore thumb. Like you would know that he's one of the background dancers. You know Jan.
It was so crazy. I was like shaking.
We could not believe that we met him.
We actually couldn't believe it. It was like absolutely insane. Then we got back in the car and just like freaked out, like completely freaked out. And then we drove past like the Taylor Swift on the Marriott. Everyone was like taking pictures in front of it. The whole downtown was just like Swiftie World. Everyone's in merch. Yeah. Everyone's taking pictures.
Well, I went to the day that you were coming in on Saturday before you came in, because she came in, what would you land? Like 1, almost 2. Mm-hmm. It was like almost 2. So I went to Target that morning with me and my mom and Mila, and we were walking around, and we're walking around like the Target nearest my house that is not near downtown. Like it is not. And like everybody's walking around Taylor Swift merch. Like you can tell people are like this was like, you know, like when we go somewhere and we're like, oh, we need to go to a Target, like that's what they were doing. And I was like, this is so weird to see, like the Target that I always go to, like in my hometown, that people are like being tourists
we were on
here.
The coffee line. The people in front of us were like talking to each other, and they were like, yeah, we came from here. We took like a 4-hour drive. And then the other people were like, yeah, we flew in. And when I was driving to the airport to get on my flight here, there was like a truck service or whatever, and it had like the painted stuff on the windows, and it said indie bound, like ERAS tour, had champagne problems on the side. I was like, there's no way, like I don't know why, I just didn't expect so many people to be traveling in. But it was funny because you just live here and all of your local spots are just like so like Swiftie coded right now.
Like you see all, and that's just so weird to me because like nobody comes here for anything. The craziest time in Indiana is the Indy 500, and I can always tell when the Indy 500 is, because it does kind of the same thing. Like I remember like a year or 2 ago, I was getting my Chipotle and I could tell that it was like extra packed, and it wasn't even anywhere near downtown or Speedway, I mean. And I was like, why are there so, but it's because like people will stay like all around in those surrounding areas because we're not very far from downtown, like at all. So we were doing that, but it was crazy to see all of the people like in the hometown, because I even feel like when you went to your, and I feel like we talked about this too between us, of like when you went to your ERAS tour, it feels like that was more of people who lived there were like, going. Yeah. That's what was crazy too. Like as this tour has went on, like I feel like people are traveling to go to shows, and probably because it's like the exclusivity of it. Like night 3 was the last US show.
We said it's probably because she added this leg of the tour, so people who couldn't get like the first try got these ones, and also because it's the last US show or weekend. So.
But that's what's even harder, because you know, like when the tickets originally dropped, and I remember every single time there was a drop on Ticketmaster, I was on Ticketmaster trying so hard to get the tickets, and I remembered that those would have been easier for like people in Indiana to get Indiana tickets if we would have had shows the first time, because like everybody was just going for like their city or like the city that was closest to them. Like I wasn't gonna go like to get Miami tickets, you know. But now whenever the new dates released, I feel like it was so hard for like actual people who lived in the state to get the tickets, because like everybody else was like,
that's happened with like on like Harry's tours, like people that travel to like the UK for it, people like get a little upset over there because it's like we're finally getting our shows.
I think that's unfair for
it's like a sticky situation, because also there's people that live other places that haven't been able to go either, and that's the only place they can go. So there was like a lot of people that just weren't from Indiana, so it's cool to seeing everything decorated. That was my favorite.
It
was just so cute. Cool. Like everything was just Taylor Swift.
We have like horses downtown and stuff. They were wearing friendship bracelets. All of the police officers were trading police bracelets. No,
the security too.
On TikTok I saw like the IMPD were like making TikToks that they were like trading bracelets with everybody downtown.
I saw a service dog. His harness said like, "She belongs with me." Like it had all like the quotes on it, and it was like purple, and his collar was like a friendship bracelet. It was really, really cute.
It's just crazy though that like, I guess because I would see like everybody posting about the cities that they were in for the ERAS tour, like to see my city do that was so weird.
Yeah, it was cool though. But then after all that whole thing happened, we were just like completely shook, and we were in the car saying like, we are like one step away from Taylor Swift. Like he stands next to Taylor Swift a lot of nights.
He does the whole Fortnite thing with her?
Yeah, and he was like texting like while he was walking a little bit. We're like, could have been Taylor Swift.
Yeah, he could have been like, so sorry, these girls, I'm trying to get back. These girls like are not leaving me alone. Oh my God.
Yeah, so we were really freaking out. That was like so insane. And we saw another, like when we were like driving, the first time when the girls, like there was a group of girls that said hi to him, and then another girl passed him, and I saw their reactions after. They like gasped at each other, like, what's that? Like I saw the reaction. It was so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we came back and clocked back into making bracelets because we didn't think we had enough when we actually had so many.
We had so many that after we got ready, I started having like literally like a mini breakdown a little bit because there were so many bracelets on my wrists.
They went up to like her elbows. There, she like had like They look like you have like armbands on.
No, it literally, like, and it just made my arm look so thick. And I was like, why does it look like this? And so I took off all the ones that, because we had one arm that we were going to trade and then one arm that was like ours that we made. And we just ended up taking off all the ones that we were going to trade and threw them in Sarah's purse.
Yeah, every time we were trading bracelets, I would just open up my bag like it was like trick-or-treating. And I was like,
you were like, just take it. Just like grab in the bag.
But yeah, then eventually we got ready. We had...
Which getting ready was kind of a fever dream. Don't even remember getting ready.
Yeah, we got ready really, really quick.
I don't even know how. Like, I did like a full on, like my hair was literally like...
Yeah, you did your curls.
I don't even know how I got ready that quick.
Well, we did totally different. If you couldn't guess what eras we were going to do, I feel like if you know us, you knew what we were going to do. Complete opposite aesthetic eras.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Des did her lover.
Yeah, I did.
With her butterflies in her hair. It was so cute. I did Tortured Poets with my bow.
Which is so Sarah. It's so adorable.
Yeah, so we had complete different eras. It's funny what's walking next to each other. Like, I'm just in all black. My dress was all black. Black bow. Black sneakers. And Des is in the most sparkly pink outfit.
Oh,
pink
yeah.
Sparkly cowboy boots. Butterflies all in her hair. Every person we put, like security guard people walking past her with like complimenting her sparkly outfit or their favorite of the night.
Oh my gosh, and I was so honored.
Yeah,
I was disassociating too. People were like stopping me and I was like, thanks. Yeah. I think I'm going to pass out.
One of the security guards was like, make sure you give that back to me after.
Yeah, she was like, give me my dress back after. I was like, you got it.
Yeah, it was so cute.
I know.
But yeah, then we got to the stadium.
We got there so early. We got there because I was scared there was going to be traffic. And then it started raining a little bit. Like, we were walking into the door and it started raining a little bit. And I was like, So we get in the stadium and we're, like, sitting and waiting. And we're just, like, watching everything happen around us. And our seats were really good. And I was just sitting there like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I love sitting and just, like, taking in the concert before it starts. The anticipation is crazy. We made a TikTok.
I was really
excited about that one.
And did you post it?
I did. We, like, guessed the surprise songs we wanted. We were like... What did I say? If she plays Peter, I'll name my firstborn Peter or whatever. Yeah. It was really fun.
And I said, if she plays My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, I'll break my leg.
Yeah.
Like, all that was funny. And then she continued to play none of those.
Yeah, she didn't play any of the ones we said in that TikTok. But, yeah, we were waiting for Gracie because when we watched the live, I, like, made sure to know, like, when Gracie came on, it was, like, 6:45. Oh, my God, I was so excited. Everyone around us was, like, sitting. Which is, like, okay. Like, you don't have to stand, but, like, I just was really excited.
No, I looked at you at one point. No, I looked at you at one point, and I was, like, me and you were, like, up and I was, like, looking around, and I was, like, why is nobody else? Yeah. Like, no one was up and even, like... At least in our section. Even I was looking around, like, next to us. It was just, like, the floor
people were standing. I guess also because, like, she's right there and stuff, but no one was standing.
But they turned, like, the lights off like it was whatever, and I was like, oh, wow. I guess I just thought, like, more people would be whatever for, like, the opener.
Yeah. And also there was a lot of people, like, not in their seats yet because they're, like, getting prepared, getting their food and stuff, but I screamed every song.
Yeah, no, it was so good.
Every song. Oh, my God, I love Gracie so much. She is so cute. She's so sweet. It's so crazy seeing someone that is like us. Like, she's around our age. She grew up with Taylor Swift. She just, like, goes through the same things, and she, like, talks about it on stage, like, every era for her. She's been through with Taylor, too, so it's crazy seeing someone, like, works with Taylor, opens for Taylor, is friends with Taylor now. I'm just so happy for her. And I feel like, not that she's blowing up, but I feel like she's, like, having, like, I don't know, not a resurgence, but, like...
I think she's blowing up. I think she had little, like, there were people, like, maybe one or two of her songs would go viral a little bit, but I don't think it was, like, bringing in, like, you know, whatever. But now I feel like
killing it.
She's, like...
Yeah, I was so excited this year. I was so happy she's, like, still doing it with Taylor. So I was really excited. That's
how I felt about Sabrina whenever, specifically, they sang White Horse together on the piano. Mm-hmm. Like, think about that feeling, like, Sabrina singing White Horse.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
And then years later, like, you're sitting down on the piano with her singing Taylor Swift.
I know, like, it has to feel crazy just, like, thinking about, like, sitting in bed and I'd be like, I'm friends with Taylor Swift now. Like...
That's how I feel sometimes, like, when things happen... in our lives, like, sometimes I sit and think, and I'm like, I can't believe these things are happening to me.
Yeah. You, like, absorb it.
Yeah.
Like, she probably disassociates a little bit, and then she really thinks about it. It's like, holy shit.
I disassociate a lot because I just cannot handle any positive feelings towards myself. And so, like, but when I do let myself absorb it, I really sit there and I'm like, wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I can't believe this. Like, we were talking about, we had a few of you guys come up to us.
And they're so cute.
That is just so crazy that, like, anybody cared that we were there.
Yeah.
Like, in a way of just, like, you don't realize it, like, when it's you. Like, that anybody would even care.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was so fun. After Gracie, I think we just went to the bathroom and got some food, and then
Well,
that's
we
when
were planning
met
the whole entire time to
do that.
We were like, okay, we need to hurry up and go to the bathroom. And there was a line wrapped around, and then somebody like came up to us and they're like, "Oh, if you just like walk up the steps, there's another bathroom right there with no line." And literally, me and Sarah walked just straight into the stall, and then we were in there for literally not even like any like
we were quick, and then we walked out line
wrapped around, and I was like, oh, okay, so everybody heard what she said, and we just got in front of them, and then there was no line for the concession stand either.
Yeah, that was great. Where the little section we went to for that 1 second was really good. Like when Gracie gets off stage, you have like 20 minutes before Taylor gets on, so that happened really quick. It was perfect, and that's when we met like a bunch of people. Yeah,
that's when we didn't get the girl's name.
First bestie's name. Yeah,
she had the little sparkly skirt on.
Yeah, we made our friendship bracelets, and we made a few bookmarked ones, so we gave out
bookmarks,
those ones that we made. So if you got those, thank you for coming and saying hi, and anyone who did come and say hi and trade bracelets with us. That was so fun. Who was the best? Who was it? Madeline? Was that her name? Madeline with her mom. That was so sweet. You're so cute.
And then also one of you guys came up to me and you guys gave me a friendship bracelet, and at first I didn't know that you guys knew us. She was like, here, we wanted to give you a friendship bracelet, and I was like, oh, thank you. And then she was like, I'm so sorry about Cowboy Like Me. And then I was like, oh, okay, hi. You get it.
That was so funny. That was so cute. Just trading bracelets in general, I think, is the cutest thing ever. Like anyone around you, like there was like young girls, like maybe a 7-year-old that was walking past us, and I turned around, can we trade bracelets? Like she was so cute. She had a ring of just like a ton of bracelets on them. Oh my god, she was so cute.
And I'm telling you, the little girl, okay, so before the show, I see this little girl, and she's probably sitting like 4 or 5 rows in front of us, and I'm just like, of course, looking at everything. And I remember thinking like, oh, she had, her body suit was kind of like short sleeve, and it was kind of one leg, but it was like the top was the Reputation background of the album. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Like she's like Reputation. And then she like walked away, and I never saw them came back because that was the little girl who got the 22 hat.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I did not like notice anything.
How did they pick that? Like, did they pick her before the show? Like,
maybe they saw her walking around or something.
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure her mom, Taylor's mom, picks them.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they picked them, but that's really cute. The girl was really cute. Taylor Swift does her 22 hat, so when she sings 22, she goes down like the catwalk, and they pick like a kid every show to get the hat. And the girl last night, she was like, is this real?
And I said, I would have said the same.
Me too.
I told Sarah when we were watching the live the previous night, I said, oh my god, like just think, like I know in my position, if I would be sitting where the kid was at and I just saw Taylor like skipping up to me, I would actually pass out.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh my god.
The girl gave her a friendship bracelet, and I noticed the whole show she had it on.
Oh my god. It
was like orange and yellow, and she kept it on like the whole show. It was on.
That is so
I remember
cute.
She came back out after 22, and I noticed because she was wearing, what was after red?
Red is 22.
No,
but it's what era is after red? No, Enchanted.
Yeah, that's how I noticed it, because she had a really cute, like, obviously like her stunning purple dress, and I was like, I looked at her wrist because it was noticeable with her friendship bracelet. So she kept it on the whole show. That was really, really cute.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
And we were also talking about, which we can get into, there's just been whisperings of their, like, because, also Indie Night 2, Travis was there, and people were talking about how they saw, like, there was, like, a whole camera crew, because people saw him arrive, but they were, like, and you could tell, like, but the cameras were with Taylor and her crew, like, and it was, like, cameras and microphones recording, and I was like, do we think we're getting a document? Like, you have to.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I feel like she would, because it's such a like, not even just for, like, all of us, but I feel like it's such this whole entire tour, even if you remove yourself from being a fan, you have to recognize how monumental in history this type of tour is.
I would love to see the behind the scenes of putting together an ERAS tour, because so much has gone into this. Even looking at the stage and just her, like, coming up with her team, like, what to do for each era and what songs to put on each one, what happens before every show with everyone. Like, I would love to see what happens back there.
Oh, yeah, I want to see, like, what you have to do to make the ERAS tour. But
it's insane.
What was your favorite, like, moments of the night? Like, what were your favorite things to see in person, like, performance-wise?
Probably, I mean, my favorite is Folklore Nevermore. I love that whole set and section. Torture Poets Department, which I didn't know she, like, cut some of the songs. Like, she doesn't sing them through all the way. Like,
yeah,
the
she cuts them in
boy,
half.
Like, yeah, I didn't know that.
She cuts, like, down bad in, like, more than half.
Yeah.
Like, she sings the first part, and then she just, like, kind of sings the last part.
Yeah.
And then Fortnite, I think she sings the whole entire song.
Yeah, there's some she sings the full one, but since she added Tortured Poets, I haven't watched a live. I fall asleep before she gets on stage.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. I was kind of surprised, like, the element of surprise was still there for that one. But yeah, I love Tortured Poets because that's, like, some of my favorite songs that she sings and performs was really fun. And I honestly loved 1989. I'm a 1989 girlly.
Yeah, our friendship survived hearing Midnight in person.
In real life, yeah.
It survived it.
Which one's your favorite?
My favorite, I think in specifics with, hey, I'm blinking. I'm trying to go through the whole entire show in my head. I just love the feeling of when she pops out for the first time, like how it literally feels like electric.
No,
in
it
the
is.
Stadium. But I love in the folklore set, I love Cardigan. Cardigan is one of my favorite songs of all time. And then I love Champagne Problems, like on the piano, just because I think it's such a beautiful song also to hear live. Also that we heard it in November because of the lyric November Flush in Your Flannel Cure. I was like, oh my God.
There's also something about singing a 10-minute song with everyone in the stadium that's crazy.
The fact that we all know every single word, know the timing, know everything, that was crazy too.
I love an all too well 10-minute version, but live with 69,000 people.
That was crazy. Let me see. I don't know.
I loved it all.
I obviously loved it all. I'm trying to pick out like my favorite moments. Mm-hmm. I did
love Rep.
Yeah,
it's just
you
iconic.
Were really feeling that. You were really feeling Rep.
It's so iconic. I love Rep.
I love the surprise songs. That's like even every night that there's a Taylor Swift show on, I put it live on YouTube, like when I'm doing something, because I'm usually still like working at night or doing something, and so I'll put it on in the back, like, because I really do just enjoy seeing like what the surprise songs are and like doing the mashups.
Yeah, like that she does that because it makes every show unique, and also it gets everyone to like tune in and like want to see what she's doing.
Yeah,
we were talking about it, like when does she pick what song she's gonna do? Like, does she have them planned out, or like before she goes on, is she like picking the songs? Like, I want to know her method to that. Yeah. We also were talking about how insane it is for just one human being to perform and just be on for that long. It blows my mind. Like, it just doesn't seem possible. Like, how she's just performing and basically, like, acting and dancing and singing and interacting. No. Like, it's just so insane. And seeing it, like, in person, her doing all of that, just blows my mind. Like, she is just otherworldly. The way she can do it.
I was tired after literally just being the anticipation of getting there.
Yeah.
I told Sarah too, because when we were like pulling up to have to get out of the car to like go to the stadium, I literally felt like nervous, like I wanted to throw up. And I told Sarah, I said, I could not imagine. I was not made for show business, because I don't care how many times that I've done it. I would literally like before when all the little it's been a long time come, I would literally be like, somebody give me a bucket.
Like can't get on stage.
Oh no, I can't go on stage. I'd be like, somebody please go out there with me. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I mean, I feel like even as a performer, and she's been doing it for so long, and she does ERAS tour so many times, I think there's got to be like, she still probably gets a little nervous. Like, there's still nerves there.
I would be nervous that something's gonna like go wrong, in the sense of like I was watching Jan during the 22 set, and he did this little like kind of aerial looking thing, and he was like whatever, and I was like, what if he just like fell?
Yeah. Well, they're so prepared. Like, you've seen when Taylor Swift's like stage gets messed up, like she has a backup for everything and anything that like can happen. So she's prepared for it all.
And it's just not that big of a deal either, because people love the errors tour.
Yeah.
Like they love doing the like. If something would have went wrong last night, like everybody would have just been like, okay.
Yeah, you keep the show going. They're such professionals. It's just insane to see in person. So if you guys have been to the ERAS tour, please tell us your favorite era.
Yeah, I loved seeing the Lover era too. I love that one.
Yeah, and then once it was over, every time I go to a concert, I say it. Like, it just like goes so quick. And this being such a long show, even like if you're adding Gracie onto all of it, how long we were there watching people perform, once you leave, it's like it goes so quick. Like, I always black out. Like, I leave a concert and I'm like, I can't believe I just like saw what I just saw.
There were definitely parts where I was disassociating a little bit. I think specifically during I Knew You Were Trouble, I remember just like sitting there for a second, and I just completely just like had an out of body experience and just like left my mind for a second. And then I think I did it again during Willow. I like completely just disassociated, because that set is just different.
Willow was like so long too.
Yeah, she's very theatrical with that one.
She loves Willow.
She does,
that
because
for her, I think
that one is for her.
She loves
because
that.
me and Sarah said this. I was like, to cut Tolerate It, which was also very theatrical because you have to have the whole entire table set up, and keep Willow. That's because Willow was her favorite.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think it's because she likes Willow. Because she gets. I think she loves to do like the acting, performing part of it, and that she gets to like really put on her like acting.
She was doing it for Tolerate It too.
I know. It's such a good. That was my favorite set she did. That's why I like Tortured Poets, because she like acts through each song that she sings. Like Fortnite, she has the typewriters. For Who's Afraid of Little Me, she has the thing that moves across the stage. She's like getting
Roomba.
angry.
That's what everybody calls it.
Yeah, her Roomba.
I remember when I first got the tickets, I remember being so excited because you have to think this was before anybody even knew Tortured Poets was a thing.
Yeah,
this was like a little bit before like anybody even knew. Yeah. And I was so excited. Like I remember literally still crying because I was like, I'm gonna get to see the Archer and Tolerate It like live. Who's gonna tell her?
Who's gonna tell her it doesn't get cut? But also, who's gonna tell her you have a whole 35-song new album coming out?
But I'm just saying it's funny because I remember literally like getting the tickets, crying, and then I started crying again, thinking about seeing Tolerate It. Like that was like one of the things I was crying.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs by her. I wonder if she would put it, since it's off, as a surprise song.
I watch it on Disney Plus sometimes. Like if I really want to, like, and that's the thing is where it's not a big deal to me because I watch on Disney Plus, The Archer, and that on it.
That's why I feel like it would make sense for her to do a little documentary.
Yeah, I want to know your thought process behind cutting those songs.
Yeah.
Like, not just saying them because but I want to know, like, that's, like, things I want to see. Like, how did you decide what songs you're going to cut from the set
and what
list?
songs to put on it. Like, she has so many songs. And if you're going through what she said, like, how many years of her life and songs and eras.
Also, because with Tortured Poets, I feel like with all of the other eras, you have to think, like, when you really think about it, all of the other eras, she's hitting, like, the ones that would have a star next to on the album. Like, they're the most popular. Like,
especially the Red era. You're not getting...
Oh, the Red era and 1989.
Yeah. 1989 and Red are one... Not really Red, actually. I'm okay with Red being, like, the very popular ones, because I said that, like, if you're bringing your dad and your mom, they don't know songs. I feel like Red is a good era for them, because everyone knows 22. I knew you were in trouble.
And 1989, Shake It Off, Bad Blood. Like, you could not escape that song back then.
But, like, 1989, there's so many songs I wish
we
could hear. But while Shake It Off was going on, in, like, 1989 in specific, there was 2 security guards behind us.
Oh,
because we were, like, the
gosh.
last row of, like, our section. So, like, we were right by, like, where you can, like, walk up and leave. So their security guards were, like, literally right behind us.
The whole show.
The guy next to me traded bracelets with them. So that's how, like, I noticed they were behind me, because I, like, turned while he was doing it. And then Shake It Off comes off, and I, like, see them moving behind me. They were going in. They were dancing. They were singing. They were jumping around. It was the cutest thing ever. They were, like, loved the 1989 era.
They were scanning. Like, they were still, like, scanning the area.
But they were having fun.
He was literally, like, dancing like this. And I was like, he is having...
He was, like, shaking.
And then when Bad Blood came on, I was watching him, and he was, like, getting into it. Like, he was like, and now we got pra. And I was like, yeah, I know.
It was so cute. They were, like, dancing so hard.
Every time I think of 1989... Because I think we talked about this when she announced 1989. But there's this one specific memory that I have with 1989 because I think when I was like a little bit older, so what you have to think 10, 11, 12, that's when Red and like 1989. So those are like really heavily associated. And I talk about how I peaked in elementary school and my happiest years were 2014, 2015, like 2013, like that time. I have this one like formative memory of like going and getting dresses for like my dance in elementary school and being in my childhood friend's car, and my mom was in the car and she had a CD of 1989 because we didn't listen to the radio. She had CDs, so we put the CD in, and I literally remember listening to like Shake It Off, like Blank Space on it, and I remember we were like getting a Starbucks like a mocha frappuccino. Like it's like engraved in my brain. Like, but that was that era though of the like, hey, what is the lyric? 300 takeout coffees later, and you showed me because I asked you. I was like, well, what is the lore behind that though? What's the
Harry always had
so many coffees,
just like the takeout Starbucks things in his hand.
Yeah.
Who's he bringing them to? Why do you have so many?
300 takeout. Maybe her.
Maybe the band.
Sorry. Oh my gosh. And we also complete 180 for the past like few podcast episodes. The podcast episode where we did the spooky stories, I am telling you guys, that day me and Sarah get off of the thing, we're uploading the footage, she FaceTimes me. I was like, what's going on? She was like, oh my god. And then she told me the news of Liam, and that was literally like 20 minutes after we stopped recording the podcast. We talked about Liam.
We talked about One Direction a lot, but like not in specific, I feel like, especially Liam.
Yeah.
But like on that episode I remember talking about him, and I said it in my vlog, like I walked down the stairs, my friends asked me if I was okay. They scared me. I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And then they told me, and I ran back upstairs and I called Destiny, and I was like, I actually need to speak to someone about
And then
this.
it was crazy because I was editing our Halloween episode, and then I talked about them again.
You talked about them in that episode too. But we didn't. That was like right before.
Yes.
Because we filmed that when I was in Texas.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. Like,
Somebody
listening to
commented too. I saw the comment that was like, "No way, you guys."
Yeah, talked about it
We're
before.
talking about them before.
Yeah, back to the.
I liked seeing 1989 for that, like my nostalgic of like being a kid and like loving 1989.
Yeah, that's why I love the ERAS tour, and also for her performing through so many decades of her life. While she's performing, I wonder if she's like thinking about herself during that era.
That's what I said. I forget. I was like, are you thinking of anything like while you're singing, or is there just like so much going on as the production that you're just focusing on? Like,
she's probably the most disassociated. Like, she's performing.
I heard somebody made a TikTok of like what is going on in her earplugs. I could not focus on anything. It's this like clicking sound to keep her like on beat. And I'm like, oh my God, that would drive me insane for 3.5 hours for like days and days in a row to just hear that in your ears.
She also hears herself singing. That's like when we wear our headphones for the podcast and we hear our voices. That's like in her ear, so she can like hear what she's putting out.
That is insane. Like that
would drive every artist. Nuts. Those little earplugs they put in their ear.
And then they can't. But then they can't hear you because when she takes out for the Champagne Problem, like standing ovation time, she takes them out to hear actually what the stadium sounds like. So it's also good that it's not like really loud for them, because that would also, hey, I'm never going to be a superstar. Run your hands through your hair, pony superstar. I love that song.
I know.
I think it's my favorite. No, my favorite song by Gracie, and the one that I was so excited to hear her sing. I love 21.
Yeah, I was gonna say you love 21.
I get it. Oh my God,
so good,
I was having the time of my life. I remember being so excited to turn 21 because I love that song so much.
The song is so good. Yeah, every era. Like listening to every era. I don't remember where I was at during 1989.
You had to be in middle school.
Deep in my One Direction.
Yeah, I
was probably 13 or 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, deep in my One Direction.
Because 1989 was when I was in like 6th grade.
Yeah, because I remember when I saw like the New Year's pictures of Harry and Taylor. Like that was going into high school.
I was really into like Tumblr, Pinterest, and all of that. Like I've talked about that at length. I know, guys, don't worry, I'm not going to go into it. But it's always crazy to me that like when I was a kid though, like I was never focused. Like I didn't know who any of Taylor's songs were about, like ever.
Oh, really?
Like I never focused on who she was dating. I guess I was never that person that like focused on who other people were dating when I was younger. I remember like finding out that Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone were dating, and that like shook me. I was like, oh my God.
I just remember like probably earliest was like Justin Bieber and Selena.
See,
who
even
Miley
that.
Cyrus was in, because I was just so, I guess like in the Disney.
But I never thought about who they were dating ever. Like ever. That was never a thought that crossed my mind.
Yeah. I don't know where I would see all of this. Like, well, it's also when they were so active. Like, I remember I would go on YouTube and they would just like post videos of them with each other, like singing different songs. Like they would like lip sync songs and post those like that.
Back when they would literally just like be hanging out, and they would even just do like little, what was that one live streaming app called You Now or something like that?
Yeah, like One Direction and 5 Seconds. Like they would hop on a live stream. So
I know,
active.
I
Imagine
just
being so active with like, your favorite, like Taylor Swift tweeting you back when she was active too.
No, I literally just went through a TikTok slideshow today of like her when she was like super active, like the 1989 era, when she was like really on social media, on Tumblr. Like she loved Tumblr.
Yeah,
she was always active on there. But yeah, back in the day when Taylor was like really active, Tumblr was like her thing. She would always like go and comment, and I always used to be like, how do you know that this is her? And she loved Instagram. Like she would go find people's like posts on Instagram and stuff and comment on them. She still does that now a little bit. She'll go on people's like live streams and stuff.
Yeah, she's on like TikTok. I feel like she'll comment.
Oh yeah, TikTok is her big thing now. Like when she's like, it's usually you'll see her pop up when she's on a break from her tour. That's
she's
when
like
I've seen her do
what
it.
Happened. Yeah. I'm sure like while she's on tour, she probably has her like social media deleted off of her phone.
Oh, probably. Other than like Instagram, when she just like, maybe she does what Tom Holland does, where he like, if he needs to post something, he'll download Instagram, post it, and then he immediately deletes Instagram.
I'm sure it's something like that, because you have to keep like in your zone.
I am, especially after seeing the interview where he was like, my last search is Zendaya because I just want to make sure like there's nothing whatever in the news about her. I was like, oh my.
Yeah, that was cute.
And the whole entire like when he.
The security guard.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was straight up a moment out of a book. Like that was like something you would read about.
There's paparazzi were like getting really close to Zendaya and
like kind of like everyone was throwing like papers in her face to autograph them.
Being really up in her space, so Tom turns around and like pushes everyone off, gets her out of the way, and starts like yelling at everyone.
Yeah, he jerked this guy was like shoving a paper in her face. He like grabs it and then like grabs her, and everybody was laughing because she was like, you can see her say like, it's okay baby, but she was like smirking. Like she was like
yeah, that was really cute.
That was fun.
That was fun
to see. It was not fun to experience. But the surprise songs that we got.
Oh yeah. So On the guitar, she's saying Cornelia Street was the first one, and it went into the Bolter, which I really like the Bolter. That wasn't on my list, but like I like that from Tortured Poets.
And that's the weird thing. Remember, we were driving around and I was listening to the Bolter, which I never usually listen to. It's a song that I honestly, most of the time, unless I'm just like in the mood to listen to music. But you know, like when you're in the car and you're like, no, I have the songs that are popping up in my head that I want to listen to. I'm skipping the Bolter. But I remember like we stopped and I was like, oh, I do like the Bolter though. Like I don't listen to it a lot, but I like it. And then that was a surprise song.
Yeah. That was one of the mashups that was like, her voice when she was singing Cornelia Street, like it was like she was going all in. Like it was really good. Like her vocals on it were like amazing. So that was a really good mashup. And then piano, she did Death by a Thousand Cuts, which I really like the piano version of that. Like I love the way it sounds on the piano. It's really pretty. And then it went into The Great War. And as soon as she said My Knuckles, I got so excited.
That was one of Sarah's top 5. That was in
that was I think it was like the 4th on my list because Midnights is like not one of my favorite albums. I have like 2 or 3 songs I like from it, and that one, me and Desi talked about it when we were road tripping into Dallas.
Yeah,
that The Great War is a no skip song.
Oh, because when we were going to Dallas, me and Sarah literally made a playlist
of Sara and Des' no skips.
Like the playlist is just straight up every song from every album like that we will never skip when it comes on.
And The Great War was like a hard like you don't skip it when it comes on.
Don't.
And I never do. I've never skipped The Great War, so I was really excited about that one. I didn't expect her to sing that one. Like that just wasn't in my like.
No, but do you want to know what's crazy? Here's what's crazy. Did I tell you this last night?
What?
Whenever she started singing like Death by a Thousand Cuts, for some reason when I was trying to think through like what the mashup would be, The Great War popped in my brain.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought about The Great War, but I was like, oh, Death by a Thousand Cuts and The Great War, like whatever, and then she started playing The Great War.
Yeah, like it's intentional, the songs that she's picking.
Yeah.
And why she's putting them together. So yeah, that was really good. I like these mashups. Like they just sounded really good together. And they really sounded really pretty.
Well, and they make sense, and that's like how we said earlier that she's been taking these like happier songs with sadder songs, like Cornelia Street and the Bolter, like the Bolter being about like, or we'll say her, but the character in the song. I don't know if she's singing it. Do you think that song is about her?
Probably. I mean, I'm assuming at some point in her life she was a Bolter.
Yeah, like the Bolter, and then Cornelia Street's like, I don't want to lose you, and then how was the mashup went? Like, I hope I never lose you.
I hope it never ends. I'll never walk Cornelia Street. And then she went into.
Yeah, but she did like towards the end, like she
mashed
put like
one lyric from each,
and
like,
it
one line
made a lot of
song.
sense. Like it kind of felt like she was like, yeah, I don't want to bolt, like I don't want this to be something that ends. And then The Great War and Death by a Thousand Cuts. Oh, how did she end that one too? God, I forgot.
That one was really good though because she would take a line from each one.
Yeah,
and the way they like sounded together was just like seamless. It was so good.
Well,
I don't remember.
I think she said if we survive The Great War, it'll be a Death by a Thousand Cuts. Like she said that at one point.
Yeah, that was a good mashup.
And then, doesn't the song go, 'cause you're not my baby?
Yeah. 'Cause you're not
At one point she said, because I'm not my baby. And that's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, you did notice that.
I was like, 'cause I'm not my baby. I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know that lyric change. And she may have said the original one, but it sounded like to me in my really messed up ears that she said, I'm not my baby.
Yeah.
Or maybe she says that towards the end. I don't know.
I
don't listen to Death by a Thousand Cuts like a whole lot. I always listen to it for the first part where it says, if the story's over, why are we still writing pages? Because it reminds me of books. And then I skip it after that.
Yeah, and then she went into her Midnights. Her Midnights
Which I think
era.
is fun. I think the Midnights era is a good way to end off the show. Like her little...
Yeah, the pop ones.
Her little jacket.
Yeah,
and
I
I like the little whatever of it. I think that...
I think it's a long set. Compared to some of the other ones that I wish were longer. Like even... Speak Now.
Like, you cut Long Live and then didn't have even Story of Us, Haunted.
I love Speak Now. Back to December. Like there's so many songs I wish she sang from Speak Now.
Oh yeah,
it's such a big era for her. Like I remember when Speak Now came out and I was just listening with my little pamphlet, reading the lyrics. Maybe it was just big for me.
No, I think that it was obviously you have Debut, and also can I still say that I think it's crazy that it's the Eras tour and she doesn't even do like a Speak Now set, like a one song, like a Tim McGraw.
Yeah,
you're not even gonna like do a Tim McGraw.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I wonder why.
And that's another thing I want that addressed. Like if there's a documentary, I want to know why Debut is not even.
Maybe she's saving something really special for it, or maybe she keeps it close to her because it's her first.
I guess I just don't understand though, 'cause you have even the whatever from the Debut era. Like it's like
yeah, it's interesting. Midnights though I felt like was longer than other sets. I don't know, maybe because she didn't cut the songs, because some of the other ones she'll cut them into the bridge, but those she like fully sang
those
them.
like she fully sang pretty much all of those.
Them. Yeah, she doesn't cut them. I guess that's why it feels longer. Because the other ones she'll like cut and go into a bridge or something like that.
And I just think, Speak Now. I feel like she is good for Fearless. She like hits all the ones for Fearless. Oh, that was one that really surprised me. That I was really loving. Fearless? I love Fearless.
Yeah, I did love Fearless.
I was like, ooh, I love this one. But that's what I was saying was that I do feel like Speak Now is big because it was like debut, and then Fearless is like when she first got her first like I think Love Story was like the one that was like the really big chart top. Obviously Tim McGraw and Picture to Burn and Teardrops on My Guitar from debut were huge. But like this was when she started. I mean that's what she won the MTV Music Video Award for was Love Story. Sorry to bring it up. And then Speak Now I feel like was the start of her like this is really getting her into the...
Yeah, I loved Speak Now.
Yeah.
My favorite from Midnights that she sang was Mastermind, probably.
Yeah, you did love that one. I
love Mastermind. It's such a good song.
The Great War is one of my favorites off that album. And
I meant from like her set that she sang.
I know, but I'm trying to think of Midnights, like what I like from Midnights, and then I like the sadder ones on there, Bigger Than the Whole Sky. Like that's like
yeah, that's why it's not my favorite because I don't listen to her more poppy songs. I don't know. I just like sad songs. I guess they're slower songs.
Bejeweled. I like Bejeweled, and I like Karma.
I can't listen to those songs.
I like them. I like Anti-Hero too because that's how I feel a lot. I feel like that all the time. That's why I really like the Midnight set.
I can't like if I'm driving the car. If like I can't drive and listen to Bejeweled.
But you know what I think it is? I think it's like if we were this age and there was like a new album out after like 1989, like if you were in like the rep era, you wouldn't want to listen to Red or 1989 because it's like, oh god, those songs got so overplayed on the radio, like I don't want to listen to them.
That's like what Anti-Hero like played so many times. It's like it ruins it. That's like when Harry came out with As It Was.
Oh yeah, that's a song that I just think it's a recency bias. Like it's like in a few years, I don't think you'll feel it the same way.
I guess I just don't think I listen to songs that are like poppy like that.
As It Was, I didn't really ever like that song to begin with. I didn't really love it.
I remember when it came out, I was in my class because I took a night class, and I left class to go watch the music video to listen to the song. I remember leaving, and I drove home from school, and the whole time on repeat was that song. And it's a short song. So I listened to it like so many times, and I kind of ruined it for myself.
Well, my favorite album is Fine Line from him. Yeah, I don't even really love Harry's House. I love Matilda, and I love what's the song? Thinking About You. I was thinking about who you are, your delicate point of view.
How do I forget the name?
Just thinking about you. I love that song. It's my favorite song off that album.
I haven't listened to it.
I like Daylight.
They're all good at, like, in concert, those songs are, like, iconic.
That was a blue, but yeah, I like Fine Line a lot better. It's my favorite album from him. You're a Harry Styles girly, though.
Oh, yeah. That first album, there's nothing like it. It's the best album he's come out.
Tell me something I don't
so good. Like, every song on there is a no skip for me.
Two Ghosts. Same lips red, same eyes blue. Same white shirt.
That's why I'm a 1989 girly. It crosses over with Harry's first album.
I still think, this may be unhinged, I think that Cardigan is inspired by Harry. I think Peter is partly about Harry. And I think there's like a few songs that she takes like inspiration from like her and Harry's relationship for.
I could see Peter kind of being about him.
Especially when she says the Lost Boys chapter of your life.
Yeah, like that era like kind of makes sense. Like when they dated for Peter. The whole song of Peter.
Yeah.
About growing up and then finding whatever. It's crazy that we talk about her so often and we got to see her like live together.
I still don't think I came to terms with the fact that was like her on the stage. I can't believe that either.
We got to see her. So
that was crazy.
It was really, really fun. Crazy experience. Yes. Crazy few days, honestly. So.
And now we're going to be...
we're locking in.
We're locking in, and it's going to be so... so busy.
Just know if you don't hear from us, well, not from the podcast, you guys will be hearing from us weekly on the other side of it. If you don't hear from us, if there's not much going on in November, just picture us like this.
Just picture us... Picture me crying on the floor. That's probably what I'll be doing most of November and December.
It's a stressful time of the year, but it's my favorite time of the year.
Stressful time. And it's the most wonderful time of the year, but I do love Christmas.
Yeah, we said that once we're both back home. We're clocking into Christmas.
Yep.
Getting the Christmas spirit. We also have talked about how much we love fall, but you know,
it's over.
We told you guys, it's fleeting and it comes really quickly.
We started early because, I mean, I've already talked about how you do all of your fall stuff. Like, I'm telling you, most people are not doing fall stuff in November.
Yeah, I feel like October you pack in pumpkin picking, pumpkin
do
carving,
all, and then once it's
picking.
November, you're over it.
Yeah.
For the most part. I'm not saying everybody.
Yeah, it's just my mindset goes quickly into the next season, and I get really excited about it, so I'm excited for the holidays, so I want to decorate. And it's just such a cozy season, like
I'm
having
so
all the
excited
decorations.
for Christmas.
So.
It's one of my favorite times of the year.
Yeah, so
that's
where we'll be at.
Right where you left me. We hope you guys enjoyed today's episode and a little recap of the ERAS tour. As always, leave a review. Do anything of the podcast stuff because honestly, I don't know a whole lot of it. So do whatever you feel like doing and then follow us. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.